My name's Kevin, and hi everybody. Here are a selection of images that I've created in Lightroom 6, and I make these images with a technique which is called dodge and burn, and I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how these images are developed in Lightroom 6. And I'm going to put this in full screen mode just now and show you a few of the images I've created by this method. Okay, what I'm going to quickly run through the steps of creating such an image in Lightroom 6. So I'm going back across to Library. Here's an image I worked on before in Lightroom 6. There you go, that's the image. And here is the original image here. So what I'm going to do is just quickly go through the steps from going from this image here, the one on the left, to the one on the right, and create an artificial blacked out image. So to do so, I'm just going to simply reset this back to its original state, and there you go, that's the original image. So the first thing I'm going to do is just crop this down a little bit. I'm going to put it into a different format, 4:3. So we just have the guy's face. And the next thing I do here at this point is what I'm looking to do is just get all the background darkened out. And one of the most useful tools in Lightroom 6 is down in the effects. And this is the post-crop vignetting. If I slide this to the right or left, you can see that it goes extremely bright white or extremely dark black. So at this point I'm just going to leave it black. Now obviously there's bits missed off with this, so what I'm going to do is just run around the bits that are missed with the adjustment brush, and I'm going to create a new brush, and I'm going to drop the exposure right down, and the clarity and the saturation. You don't need to drop these guys down, but here we go. So here's a new brush, and I'm just going to brush across this guy. I'm just going to drop the brush size here. Clearly it's a bit awkward, but and that's the general process. What I'm going to do now is just work these edges around here in, make it not look too manufactured, which it clearly does at this moment. So I'm going to create a new brush, zero everything, and I'm just going to put the exposure down a touch, and I'm going to make take a nice big brush and start working these edges in. Kind of like the way the whiskers have been left in the original image. So here's a new brush. I'm just going to create a new one again and just keep working around here. I think when you're doing things like this, you have to have a focal point for the image, and in this particular image the focal point is the eye. So I'm just going to zoom in on the eye just now and take a good look at this. It's very fuzzy as I've zoomed in, but I am going to nonetheless just enhance the eye. So we'll reset this, and I'm going to use one of the presets that actually comes with Lightroom 6, which is the iris enhancement, and I'm just going to work the brush around the eye. So we're done with that, and for now I'm just going to add a bit of colour saturation to his eye. I want to bring out the orange in his eye, and I'm going to select the tool to do so, and just not too much, but just put it up a touch. That'll do, about 11. I'm going to quickly have a look at his teeth and his tongue, but they all look fine. If you really wanted to be finicky about this type of technique in Lightroom, what you could do is bring up the preview at the side, and you could actually zoom in on parts of parts of this image, and just check where the brush has been. And if there's parts you're not happy about, you could create a new brush and simply get rid of it. You can move this around the image. Like there's parts up here where you can see where the brush has been and where it's missed, and you can just run the brush across that. But to all intents and purposes, I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll get rid of this, and we'll zoom out again. I hate saying that word, I'm sorry. I've said it again. There are bits on his head that you could use a spot removal for, just to get rid of these things. You could work your way around the image if you want. And done that, we'll drag it down. There's bits around here that you could work. Just get rid of these. And that's basically how you go from an image like this to an image like this in Lightroom 6. It's not difficult, it's not hard, and there I'm going saying again. Enjoy. One final thing I do, I go back to the basic menu, and because it's so dark and to me it looks kind of flat, I like to put up the clarity a little bit, and it just drags out a bit of the detail. But that's entirely up to yourself. So there you go. That's how you go from this to this in about 5 minutes. I hope this has been helpful. Sorry for the humming and ahhing. I'm not exactly a professional tutorial maker, but there you go, guys. That's it. God, stop saying that. See you later. Enjoy. Hope it was helpful. Bye just now.